Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Thunderwing Drake, obviously, episode, because I have to finish this thing. More or less. I guess today probably the last one. Next week I'm going to do something else. Tomorrow we're going to do Final Fantasy VII, I think. Chase is here with us. Hello, Chase.
Hello. I'll be here for about an hour today.
Yes. You got to watch the
Maybe.
new movie.
Yeah. I guess we'll see when I have to leave, but I'm excited. I hope it's good.
Hopefully. Hopefully it's not too modern. That's for modern audiences.
Well, it's going to be different since it's an animated movie.
Oh, right. I think you mentioned it before.
Well, they did like the 3D animation, similar to what Superhero did.
Well, hopefully it's good. Oh, damn it. What happened? My tablet snapped. Okay. Well, not the whole tablet, just the back thing, the back support. Probably need to break it up a little. Here, yeah. Yes, I'm gonna record this. Hopefully today can somewhat finish this thing. We'll see. I'm happy with how it's looking so far. So
It's looking good.
Nothing too spectacular. That's good. So yeah, we will be waiting for your review of the show. In the next few days.
Well, I understand why they had to do an animated movie because most of the cast is dead from the original show. So it's like they have very little choice in that matter.
So they use the same
it's
cast?
funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they brought back some of the original actors to do the voice acting, but obviously since some of them aren't around, they had to get new choices.
Yeah.
Babylon 5 tried to do like a bunch of spin-off shows. Like they tried to do they did a show, there's a group in Babylon 5 called The Rangers, and they tried to do a spin-off with them. It never went anywhere. They also did another show, they tried to do a failed show called Crusades. And it's like every time that they try to do something away from Babylon 5 but set in the same universe, it never works. So they keep going back to just Babylon 5, I guess.
It's our best bet. It's a good show, so hopefully the animated version will be good as well. I don't know. I guess sometimes there are good animated versions of actual shows. I did not experience any. I did not watch the animated-looking Star Wars one, for example. I did watch a bit of the Clone Wars, but not that much. Not much. So I'm not really familiar.
I'm gonna stay hopefully optimistic because the same writers and people that worked on the original are working on this one. So hopefully that means that it'll have at least similar quality. As long as it's good, I'll be happy because these days that's what I can ask for.
Yeah, modern shows are not usually very good. So
I mean, I put over Superhero a lot because I actually did enjoy it. I would say it's good. I wouldn't say it's like, masterful or artistic or anything, but it's enjoyable. And to me, it's like compared to the other ones, which I did not enjoy, it was like a breath of fresh air. I know that's like low standards, but if you, I just kind of have to go with what's being put out these days.
right. Yeah, I mean, my main issue with Super, like Dragon Ball Super, the series, was the quality of the drawings. It was really bad. I get it. Like, even for Dragon Ball, like the actual Dragon Ball Z, some episodes were just bad. But every now and then, or more often than Super, at least you'll get something that was good, like really good. But nowadays you don't get that kind of animation anymore, unfortunately. Yeah. I was following Jake's playthrough of the Steam version of Chrono Trigger, and there are some anime cutscenes made in the same style of Dragon Ball, probably the same studios.
Right, yeah.
Those are great. They're great. They're just So good. And it's sad that nowadays you just don't get that kind of fluidity anymore. It's sort of, it's gritty but fluid at the same time. It's hard to explain. Very unfortunate. Unfortunate. Oh well. It's fine in any case. I'm not interested in anime anymore. So
No
biggie.
I don't knock anyone who does, because anime is just, it's really just a genre. There's all different kinds. There's, horror anime, shonen, romance anime.
Yeah. Just
putting it all into the
know,
same basket is unfair, but by and large, it's mostly garbage.
Whatever you see nowadays is generally pretty psychotic, from what I can see at least. So there are a lot of like literally some of them look like they come out of the mind of a psychopath. So I don't know what happened between like after the age 2000, but they were not so bad before. Sure, there were some that were a little more intense, but now they're flat out crazy. Like there's one where I think it's called something in the abyss. And
Made in Abyss.
Yeah, and there are these kids, like I didn't watch it, but I've been told like these kids like getting injured or almost killed, which is insane.
That happened in older anime, but it was usually very restricted, because you had stuff like Violence Jack and Devilman and things like that, which were Genocyber. All of that stuff was very gory and pretty unsettling. The animation was excellent in those things, like watching a person transform into like a mechanical HR Giger nightmare. That took a lot of talent and effort to pull that off, but a lot of that stuff was very niche. And in my opinion, I kind of feel like as society has changed, a lot of things that we would have considered transgressive have become more mainstream. And so a lot of things that would have been very subtle in older animes are a lot more prominent now. Like you're saying, a lot more overt sexuality rather than playful sexuality, or a lot more overt violence as opposed to more subtle violence. I don't know. It's just a change, I guess, in how society views those things. But I do agree that a lot of anime these days typically trends towards more gruesome and more graphic detail.
Yeah. There's something I noticed in any case from the videos Emperor of Cheese posted, the ones with the Nintendo thing he posted in his server. I know obviously it's a TV thing, but the impression I get is, as always when I watch stuff from the 90s or 80s or like late 80s, is that things were cleaner somehow. I don't know, it feels wholesome. Yeah, a little more cheerful. I don't know, it feels very, very different compared to now. So I don't know, it was better. At least I think that was the impression I had.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the early 90s, because the 80s, as I mentioned in a previous stream, was a lot more positive, optimistic, uplifting in terms of the media that you consumed. Yeah. It was all about kind of like working together and trying to, fight for your goals and things like that. And then the 90s came around, and the 90s were sort of a response to the 80s. The 90s media, whether it was music, television, movies, was a lot more cynical in comparison. Mm-hmm. It was like trying to be the counter to what the 80s was. And I think in a lot of ways, modern society kind of followed the, I don't want to say more nihilistic tones of the 90s, but there was that general sort of impression that things aren't as good as we think what they are, and actually everything is terrible and everything is crumbling around us and nobody is happy anymore. And that isn't like a totally invalid thing, by the way. The world today is definitely different than the world in the 80s, that's for sure. But yeah, I think a lot of that is kind of downstream from the cynical nature of the 90s and then going into the 2000s, which the 2000s, in my opinion, is kind of where it felt like media lost any sort of identity by
Yeah.
and large.
I can agree with that. It's unfortunate. I don't know. Every time I watch those videos, I'm like, well, maybe I should make a time machine or something and go back. I would rather live
Well,
that than what do we have now. I don't know.
I'm trying to like think about this a little objectively, because like when you talk about a specific time period, at least here, you can kind of take each of the decades and ascribe
Oh, my internet went down.
amongst the people.
Wait, you said a screw what?
I said that like when you're doing an analysis of the individual decades, at least like here in America, you can ascribe like different different mentalities or general sentiments amongst people or the culture at large. So like I said, you can talk about the 80s as like an uplifting thing, the 90s as sort of a, more cynical, and you could talk about like the 60s with stuff like free love and whatnot. You could even go back to like the roaring 20s and how the how the economy was improving and how America was getting bigger back then. But when you start talking about like the 2000s onwards, it gets a little more vague. Like how do you talk about the 2000s or the 2010s? Like what is the sentiment you're supposed to take? And a lot of it is just kind of, bland. There's nothing really to it. There is no general sentiment that I can really say, oh yeah, this is definitely from the 2000s or the 2010s.
Right. Yeah, I can agree with that. It's like there is no specific or distinctive trait anymore at some point, which is
like you could even take something like an artwork and be like, oh yeah, this is definitely like something from the 80s, or this is something from the 90s, right?
Yeah.
But like if you show me something after like 2000, would I don't know to what extent I could say, oh yeah, this is definitely from like 2005, or this is from 2012 or something. To me, it all kind of runs together after that.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I was actually looking at some art from a game named Xevious, spaceships, kind of Japanese game, I guess. I think it was Japanese. And it has this distinct, I guess, 80s, it's probably from the 80s or something, game cover style with the spaceship drawn in acrylics. I guess it's acrylics or gouache. And they're all, like, you can tell it's from that time period. So nowadays it's a little more like, well, okay, well, pretty much everything is the same. So there isn't really much.
I was on Instagram the other day, and I saw someone like make a post with a compilation of images from anime, and it was like all anime from like either the mid to late 80s or early 90s, and they were just like, it had like tens of thousands of likes on it, and people are like, look at how good like the women were drawn in anime in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, there was.
And it is like, I really like the character designs of stuff from animes in the 80s and 90s. To me, it strikes me as more.
It's definitely peak.
Yeah, it makes more of an impression on me than modern day.
Not
stuff.
only that, I have the feeling like everything, like they put, like if it's very different styles, but if you take something from say The Secret of Blue Water, and you take something from Dragon Ball, you take the mechs from Dragon Ball, and you take the mechanical stuff from Secret of Blue Water, or even Evangelion. There was a lot of care to making three-dimensional things. They looked thick. I don't know how to express it.
Right.
But there is this feeling which is what I'm trying to get recently, because I'm doing a lot of mech stuff.
There's a feeling of depth to them. Yeah.
Right. Hey, Emperor Cheese. They feel like they are actually there. If the animation has particularly high budget or particularly high budget episodes, you can tell, like, they're so just good. There's something so appealing about them. And nowadays I don't feel like that. Everything feels very ethereal somehow, like not solid, like you cannot touch it. Kind of, it's not, it doesn't feel real and solid, much like the stuff from the 90s and 80s felt.
And even beyond that, like to me, there's like almost a distinct lack of style in the way that the characters are created. Like, I think about something like, Vampire Hunter D
Yeah.
and whatnot, like its art style and the way it does its animation. It's just like, it makes such a deep impression on you, the way that the characters and the
Isn't that a mono
environments are
stuff?
drawn. Is
Am I
it?
wrong? I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, illustrated by Amano. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's so good if you've ever watched Vampire Hunter D.
I've not
Like
watched
the
it, no.
animation is just incredible.
It is. And no, we're not talking about Babylon 5. Just appraising anime from the 80s and 90s versus stuff that they make nowadays.
Well,
there's
we're talking about like post 2000s media in general and how it makes no impression, there's nothing particularly significant about it, where it's like
right.
you can look at media from the 80s and say, oh, this is definitely an 80s movie, or this is definitely a 90s movie, or this is a 90s song or an 80s song. But post 2000s, it's like I have a difficult time distinguishing that because there's really like no voice or personality to it.
Not only that, but I feel like there is nothing new anymore. I mean, everything is just a rehearsal of previous ideas, like only game sequels, basically. Only movie sequels. There is nobody who's gonna come out with a new Top Gun type of movie. They did not make that impression, probably because they're synonymous in general, is what we're saying. Like, I don't know if it's because of that, but they're not very iconic. Like, I feel like there is nothing truly iconic nowadays.
Nothing makes a cultural imprint the way it
Right.
used to.
I wonder if it's because there is too much of it, or I don't know.
Well, yeah, I talked about that before. There's like an excess of media, and it's like whenever something new comes out, people might talk about it for like a week, maybe a month, but beyond that, very, very few things these days have much import beyond that.
Yeah. But in general, I think it's also people are very timid. I guess I don't know if it's more risky to do, but I have seen some good stuff from indie developers, but not much more than that.
Right.
In terms of video games, at least.
Well, I mentioned this the other day, but there's like a distinct lack of personality to things too.
Yeah.
Like, I posted those clips from the older Pokemon dub in Emperor of Cheese's Discord,
yeah.
and it's like that's so great that the way the characters are squabbling with each other, and like they're even making like they're trying to offend each other and whatnot.
Yeah.
And nowadays, when you watch it, it's just like it seems completely soulless. Maybe it has better animation. I don't know. But to me, that's like...
Oh, I'm not sure about that either. Honestly.
Better animation because there's like more frames. It's more fluid, I suppose you could say.
I don't know if more frames necessarily equal to better animation, though. Because...
well, yeah, better animation is subjective. I'm saying that there's like more motion that's happening.
Yeah, probably.
When you look at older anime, a lot of it is like still frames put together. Even in like Dragon Ball and whatnot. When you compare old Dragon Ball Z fights to ones in the movies nowadays, the ones in the movies, because they're like using 3D models, they can actually make 3D scenes that have a lot more fluid animation as opposed to like a bunch of still frames, and you get like close-up shots of the same thing over and over. But
yeah, but still, I don't know. I'm not very satisfied. The point is, I don't feel like there is any added value to that. That doesn't bring anything that makes it objectively, or for me subjectively, I guess, better. It feels, yes, there is more stuff going on, and there is, particles and things. But if I have to compare like the old Broly movies versus the new ones, the old ones win for me, clearly. They were much, much better, even if some images were just static. Just the sheer sense of power you get. And I watched partially, at least as much as I could, the Dragon Ball Broly movie. It's just confusing for me. There is nothing really, really good about it. It's just a lot of stuff. Yes, well, showing off things, animation and whatnot, but new transformation, cool. But it feels so impersonal and not good, in my opinion.
Hey, Kevin.
Huh. Remember the
Yeah.
jabs in Dragon Ball between Bulma and Goku? That was still less like in Pokemon. They actually, they actually delivered a lot till now.
Oh yeah, the
I
stuff
saw
with
the
Ash and
movie.
Misty was great. And it was cute too, because you could kind of tell that they liked each other. But
Yeah,
that's what you did when you're younger. You would throw jabs at somebody that you like. Now, like Cheese just said, everything is so sanitized nowadays. Like you take the soul and personality out of it, that they no longer feel like they're people talking to each other. It's like
yeah,
real people do those things. They like to jab and make fun of each other.
yeah. Nowadays, it's taboo, especially Boo.
But
Not
you're not
much
allowed to
Tom.
offend anyone.
No, no. Everything is offensive. Everything is a sexual assault. Whatever. I want these to have a scale. Eh.
I'll let you know right now. If you're easily offended, don't play my game, because I don't care. I'm making it how I want.
And that is good. Huh. Yeah, Ash and Misty fighting was funny. Like how Misty clearly likes him, but he's so dense about. Yeah, he's dense. Ash is
But that's
kind
just
of
like
dense. It's funny though. He's a
that's
boy. He's 10
basic,
years old.
like it's like basic dynamics between young boys and girls.
Yeah.
Like, it's like we can't acknowledge that anymore. But that's what they do.
No, you're not allowed. Lest you be banned forever from the internet. Or someone is gonna come to your house actually because you use words you should have not used.
Even
Bad
relationships are
times.
just boring nowadays. Like you can't have a little bit of playfulness between them. Like, come on.
Too many movies, probably. Too many movies. People are fed and start believing things that are not real.
We need to have a relationship where we always talk about how much we respect each other. And we need to make sure that we make it clear that we're equal partners in an equal relationship. We're each giving it 100%. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
come on. It's like relationship written by people that have never been in one.
Usually, that is probably the case. I'm assuming. They just have a very loud voice. Very loud. Very loud. How do I make these things? Trying to very.
There is one thing I liked in the Broly movie, which is I think I prefer the characterization of Broly in the new one. Because in the older movies, he was just kind of like a wild animal. He
Yeah.
didn't really have a character.
I agree with that.
And the new
yes.
one, at least, he has a relationship with his father, and you can tell that he's been kind of abused.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the reason why he is the way he is. It's like, oh, okay, they're kind of making him more sympathetic and more of a tragic figure as opposed to just a mindless animal. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, that is true. At least there was some. The story itself was not too bad. Say there was much more to it than the old version. That really was just some kind of animal beast that had no
And he hated
reason at all.
Goku because Goku cried in the pod next to him when they were
yeah.
kids. That was so stupid. Come on. So forced.
Yeah. But animation wise, I don't know. I just can't like the new one. It's really I cannot agree with
I agree.
the decisions the various things they did.
The stuff I was talking about is like the first 25% of the movie, and then the rest of it is just
Yeah, right. That's the very beginning, when they're in the ship, and he also talks like Broly, right? And there are other guys he communicates with. Well, that was not really the case, I think, in the original. I don't remember, at least.
The thing I find hard to believe is, that his dad has the collar on him that shocks him, but Broly can like destroy entire planets. Like,
right.
Deal with the shock collar that's around his neck.
It's just out of respect.
Somehow he could fight Golden Frieza and take like energy discs to his body, but he can't take like an electric shock to his neck.
Of course. Of course. Might be overdoing this, but it's fine. I want to see where I can go with this.
Now, if they said something like the electric shock isn't what's disabling him, it's his father's disappointment, I would be able to buy that. Like, if Broly is very concerned about his father and, he wants to be a good son to his father and always tries to live up his expectations. So when his father chastises him, that's the thing that really disables him. That would have made more sense than the shock collar thing.
Yeah. But it's Japan, so talking is not really a thing. Not really. So sort of disagree with the general overuse idea about the villain is just misunderstood and actually in pain, down, but overused many Disney movies. Yeah.
To some extent, Broly wasn't really the villain, though. That was the point of the movie. Like, Frieza is definitely a villain. He's just evil. But Broly, they were trying to do something different.
Frieza is good in Dragon Ball Super, no? Didn't they make him good?
I don't think he's good. They brought him back to help them with the tournament or whatever.
Yeah, but he's helping.
Yeah, but he's doing it out of his own ambitions. He's not like concerned with the Earth or anything.
I know, but still, like, I don't know. I can take Vegeta becoming good because Goku is a Saiyan. So, well, maybe Saiyans are a little more human. But Frieza's a monster. Frieza's just a monster. So
he's a murderer. He's killed countless beings.
Yeah, so I don't know. It feels just strange to me that they made Frieza an ally, at least for what I've seen.
Well, it's because Goku is a dumbass, and he's like, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that Frieza becomes a good guy like everyone else. And in each of these movies and whatnot, the point keeps being made, Goku, you can't change everybody. Frieza doesn't want to be a good person, and he still keeps trying to do it.
Speak of Broly, since I haven't seen the movies, but Frieza is a good example earlier in the show, him becoming good. Now, I can't see that person being redeemable. Can't see him being a person. To me, he's just a monster, so I can see why they did it. They tried to do the same thing they did with Piccolo, probably, but that was so different because Piccolo was never really evil. He was the spawn of
his father was
Piccolo.
evil.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And there's no redeeming of his father, which would make sense.
But that was the point of his character, though. Like,
right.
the point
He's
is that they were
different.
trying to make him different from his father.
Yeah.
And I get it, the whole point throughout Dragon Ball was like Goku was trying to show people that they didn't have to be who they are. The same thing with Tien, right? Tien was training under, the crane, the crane
Monster,
hermit,
yes.
and the crane. Yeah, and the crane hermit was, a despicable prick. And Goku was telling him, Tien, you're an honorable fighter. You don't need to do this. You don't need to listen to this guy. He's taking you down a bad path. And I know that you don't want to follow that. And so that was like a running theme throughout the show. Even with Yamcha. Yamcha was just some sort of bandit that Goku found. And eventually Goku got him to be his friend just by being nice to him and, not being, a total dickhead. But they keep... It's hard to do that with someone like Frieza, though, because Frieza's, like she said, Frieza's like irredeemable. He's a murderer who's killed planets full of people.
Yeah, he doesn't even look like he could be.
And also responsible for killing Goku's father, by the way. Why does Goku want to kill him?
He's not Inigo Montoya, clearly. He's not Inigo Montoya. He should be. You killed my father. Prepare to die. With that accent, also. He should be.
Yeah, Vegeta is a genocidal maniac too. But in the show they kind of make a point of that because, like, when Vegeta dies, he still goes to hell.
That's true. You mean when he dies in Dragon Ball Z with because of Boo, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They have to kick him out of hell. He's being pretty bad there too.
I think he was like beating up everyone else.
Yeah.
Because like Frieza and Cell and everyone were there and he's kicking all their asses.
Is my phone buzzing? My old phone keeps buzzing. I only keep it turned on because I need to move the photos. Oh no, it was the one that died. I got 3 phones on my desk. I can't believe it. Not because I'm rich, but because they're old. In fact, I'm extremely frugal. I don't like buying phones. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. I hate having to replace my phone and then moving all my data over.
Yeah, it's been extremely annoying to do. So I'm trying to do little by little whatever I have left, like some photos, but everything else is on Google Drives or Google Photos because I have multiple devices. So
yeah, I was gonna say I finished watching the Cell Saga recently, and I actually like the Cell Saga.
Are you watching
quite
Kai
a bit.
or?
I'm watching the original.
Oh,
with
God.
the filler. I skip a lot of the filler though, because it's like, oh, we got like 9 days until the Cell tournament. Let's do a couple of side quests in the meantime. It's like,
let's go buy groceries.
But
no.
I was thinking, you know, like Gohan during the fight tries to do the same thing with Cell. He's like, Cell, you're so powerful. You don't need to do this. Like, you could use your power to protect the Earth.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, Cell is an android who is like designed. His sole purpose is to destroy everything. Quit trying to convince him to be on your side.
That's my. I don't know if it's no. Okay, that's still good. The Boo Saga is not as good. I think my favorite was the Frieza one though. If I have to choose, I don't know. Until Frieza, at least it's pretty good. I do like the Super Saiyan 2 transformation, obviously, in the Cell Saga, but
I can agree with that because it has sort of a logic to it. The stuff with the Cell Saga is like, I like the idea of the androids, but the idea that Dr. Zero created androids that are more powerful than Super Saiyans, this legendary transformation on Earth using Earth materials, is a little unbelievable to me.
Yeah. It is not very logical. But hey, whatever works.
I mean, that's just a total ass pull, though. Toriyama has said many times that each villain needs to be more powerful than the next one, regardless of the circumstances. So,
the power creep. It's kind of insane. It's really insane. But hey.
This is why you need to like balance your characters and not have them be too overpowered, because otherwise you run into the issues of you can eventually hit a ceiling, and then what do you do after that?
Well, gods.
Now, of course, the characters are fighting gods, but eventually there's going to be gods beyond gods.
Oh yeah, like I think at some I don't know. I haven't watched the Super show, but is there someone more powerful than Beerus and Whis? I don't know.
I think Whis is more powerful than Beerus.
Right, so he's more powerful than a god already. So that's already concerning.
But didn't they like in the tournament introduce like the guy who's like the emperor of all the multiverses too?
It could be. And what about Super Saiyan? Not Super Saiyan, like the Ultra Instinct thing. Is it more powerful than a god? Is it less? Who knows? I don't know.
Well, I think there's Ultra Instinct, and then there's like the Ultra Instinct True.
Oh, so yeah.
So there's like Ultra Instinct, and then there's an upgraded form of Ultra Instinct.
Yeah. I'm still at Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough. It's plenty already. Plenty forms. It's not like you have to have a new form for everything. But apparently you do. So.
Yeah, and then Goku has Ultra Instinct, and Vegeta has Ultra Instinct Ego, and then in the manga they introduced Frieza Black, who is stronger than both of them combined.
Really?
So, yeah.
It's stronger than this. Like, what do you do? Oh yeah. He just has like black arms and legs, pretty much. At that point, it's also a design thing. Like, stop changing colors. Because there are infinite color variations you can do pretty much. This makes no sense.
I will say, personally, I was kind of fine with Golden Frieza because
Hey,
the idea
someone.
behind that was like Frieza was kind of aping, no pun intended, off of Super Saiyans. And so he's like, you guys have golden hair. I'm going to make my own golden form. I was like, okay, that's kind of neat. He's kind of making fun of them.
I guess, yeah. But
Then it's like Frieza Black. Why?
but also, I mean, Frieza's also an android of some sort at that point, or was. He became one, right? Or what? Like when they brought him back to life. Like, how did he come back to life? Exactly.
Mecha Frieza, yeah, they found his body parts and they gave him robotic attachments, and that's when Trunks killed him.
Right.
But then they brought him back, and when they brought him back, he had his old
Actual
body.
body. Okay.
I remember this because in Resurrection F, Pilaf and Mei and Chu help the Frieza Force resurrect Frieza, and Shenron says something like, "Okay, just so you know, I'm going to resurrect him when he came back to life, so he's going to be in a million little pieces." And so they resurrect Frieza, and his pieces are all over the ground, and they have to quickly put him in like a regeneration chamber.
Okay. Well. Interesting.
I have a question for anyone who's watching Super, because I've been watching some of these movies without watching the show. When did Shenron get the ability to give more than one wish to people?
Oh, he does now.
Yeah, in Superhero, he can grant up to 3 wishes.
I thought that was Palunga. I think that was the name Perunga. Whatever. The dragon from the mech.
Runga, yeah.
But apparently not. Oh well.
Because I know in Superhero, Piccolo like wishes to become stronger, like to unlock his potential. The way in the Namek saga, Gohan and Krillin go to the Namekian Elder, and he unlocks their potential when he touches their head, and he wants something similar to happen to him. And he uses like 2 wishes, and then I think Bulma like wishes for her butt to be a little tighter because she's getting older.
All right. Oh well. But I mean, in any case, the takeaway from this is the most powerful being in the universe is always the dragon. Obviously.
Except when King Piccolo killed him in Dragon Ball.
Also, yes, I guess. But still, I mean, and now he is, I guess. You can grant any sort of wish, more than one. So
why
whatever.
not wish to be younger? She actually does that in one of the movies. Her logic is she wants to be roughly 5 years younger, because if she did more than that, people would think that she had plastic surgery and start talking about her. So she wants to be realistic.
Oh well. She doesn't age very well. Honestly.
I guess that's how Toriyama feels about women. Always being snipey.
It could be.
Petty.
Yes, that is my experience. Huh. I wonder if I'm overdoing this thing. It's becoming a little very complicated. She didn't age well at all. I don't think Chi-Chi aged well either. Yeah, and Chi-Chi, she's basically a grandma. So, she is. But she also looks like. She's a Baba at that point.
Baba.
She's a Baba. Wonder if Pan calls her Baba in the... Probably. Oh, and I wonder if Goku's called Gigi by Pan. I'm assuming. That makes sense.
Namekians were supposed to be super powerful until they decided that Gohan is the main character going forward. I don't know. In the Frieza saga, the Namekians show up and they all get their asses kicked all the time. So I think it's really just Piccolo who's special.
Because he trained. Hey, I don't know. They are pretty strong at the beginning. Stronger than Krillin and Gohan.
Yeah,
Then quickly
but like
they become.
on the
so strong.
Namek saga.
Oh, my internet again. On the Namek saga, can you say it again, please?
In the Namek saga, they get stomped pretty quickly by like Zarbon and Dodoria.
Yeah. Huh. Those are kind of interesting characters, though. I mean, at least Zarbon, that he's so enamored with his image that he doesn't want to transform into the monster.
He looks uglier, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. His form is more powerful, but I hate using it because I look ugly.
Those are pretty decent characters, but even Ginyu squad.
I like Captain Ginyu.
Yeah, it's kind of
they were so goofy with their poses.
Are they also all the same? They basically clone themselves to the Namekians. And they make eggs.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to draw them looking significantly different. They don't have like hair or anything like that, so you really have to go for like facial structures when drawing them to make them different.
Clothes. For sure.
I like the Ginyu Force. That one dude that sounds Australian. That's Jace, the red one with the white hair.
He was called G's in the Italian version.
Really?
Yeah. Obviously, you're gonna call him G's in English. That would be strange.
I remember all of their names. There's Captain Ginyu. There's Jace, Birder. Birder was the big blue one, and then Goldo was the small green one.
Yeah.
And then Raccoon, the stupid one with the red hair.
The best.
And the mohawk.
He's the best.
The one that kind of resembles Android 16.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? When I was playing the game, like the Dragon Ball Z something, it was for the MAME emulator, or MAME emulator, whatever you want to call it. I had not watched the Frieza saga yet. And I had not watched the Android saga yet. So I thought they were the same thing. Because they're very similar anyway. So
there's an Android 16 cameo in Superhero.
He's dead.
I know, but they're going over Commander Red's lineage, right? And they're talking about Dr. Gero, because Android 16 was based off of Dr. Gero's son.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know. Well, he had a pretty big son for being so small.
I completely forgot that detail, so I'm a little bit salty because there's something similar in my game.
Okay. Like cheese but with a J. G's, yes. Zarbon and Dodoria were way more powerful than Vegeta in the Saiyan saga. Yeah, at the beginning. I mean, but the point is Vegeta trains after that. And then, actually, I think Vegeta is stronger when he comes back after healing. So he kicks Zarbon's ass or something.
The power scaling in the entire Namek saga is ridiculous if you watch it.
Yeah, it is kind of insane. It's a little much, let's say. It's a little much.
Android 16 is Android 21's son. Is Android 21 based off of Gero's wife? Because Android 21 does make an appearance in Superhero as well.
How many are there?
Okay, 16 is the red-haired one, the Mohawk. 17 and 18 are the brother and sister. What is 19 the China doll looking one, or
Yes.
is that Dr. Giro?
No,
Okay,
that's the
Dr.
one.
Giro is
He's
20.
20. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Giro is 20, and then 21 is his wife.
Is the doctor called Jerome? Not
It's
like
Giro.
Jerome, right? Like this. Honestly, I thought his name in Japanese was Zero, but I'm not sure.
It could, maybe.
Yeah, because
It
of how
might
they
be like
say
Jiro.
because yeah, right.
Yeah.
They say it like that. So I don't think it's Jerome.
Which is funny because his son and superhero is named Hiro, which sounds like hero.
Wow. All right. Jerome.
Jiro and Hiro.
Well, is it called like hero? Like literally, not hero. Not like hero with I, but with E. Hero like this. Can you still hear me, or am I down? Did I go down?
Oh no, it's Hedo. Hedo.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Hello.
Trying to remember. It's still meant to sound like it though. I guess they thought hero would be too on the nose for Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Yes.
Actually, Hiro would have made more sense than Hedo.
Why?
Because if you're going with the naming convention of like Dr. Giro and having Hiro, and then Hiro would fit into the superhero name of the movie.
Okay, I guess, yeah. I'm okay.
And that's his whole character.
Yeah, I remember when I watched the show on TV, there was a guy who actually had watched, I don't know, the VHS or something, and I was like, well, you know, the androids here are, and it was Zero or Zero and or Zero and the China doll thing, and he was like, no, these are not the real androids. I'm like, what? Are you spoiling me this show? He knew it was Android 17 and 18, who were called C like Cyborg, 17 and 18 here, not Android.
I always thought that was weird. Like, I get what they were doing with the fake out. Like, you think it's 19 and 20, but it's actually 17 and 18. I get that, but it does raise a question. Like, because 19, where was 19 in the future that was supposed to happen, where 17 and 18 destroy and kill everyone? Like,
didn't exist.
You just didn't make him?
Maybe. Not necessary.
Or maybe they killed him. I don't know.
I don't know. I think they said something about that, like, he only made the other two because he also made 16, right? But apparently not it was not in the, or it was not in the Trunks's timeline.
That's kind of strange though, because the whole reason why he made 17 and 18 is so that they could eventually be absorbed by Cell to make Cell stronger. That was their whole purpose. So
right.
was like 16 a special case? Was 19 not supposed to be absorbed by Cell and make him stronger?
Let's not look
why
for
not?
coherence where there isn't. It was probably not supposed to be coherent to start with anyway. It didn't think about it. That's the answer usually. Didn't think about it. Don't know. Didn't notice. So. Oh, speaking of androids, that was on Android, but I actually sketched the Metal Gear Ray today. I should share it. Came out pretty well. It's a copy, obviously, but yeah, it's funny. I should share that and the actual Metal Gear Ray I made when I was 11. show a difference. I don't know if that one was copied, but even if I had attempted to copy it back then, it would have been very good. So I am very good friends. See, I'm doing this because Chase commissioned some robotic stuff, so I'm trying to get better at it, but I can provide a better service. How good am I?
Well, Metal Gear Ray is a great design. I love
It's
it.
awesome. It's my favorite. It's my favorite. I like how it incorporates kind of fish-like elements. Very cool. Even the way it moves is really cool. I was looking at the art of Metal Gear Solid 2, basically. Images from that art. So cool. Wait, I could probably show it because I have it in my photos. I took a photo earlier. Some sketches come out well sometimes. Oh, that's my wife making strange faces. So no. I sketched it in pen, so obviously it's dirty, but there it is. I think it came out pretty well. That's a view from the back. Obviously a lot of very strained lines, but it's, yeah, I'm liking it. I love this design so much. So
Super cool, yeah.
it was a very, very clean view of the back.
I know a lot of people like Rex because it was the first one, but Metal Gear Ray just has such a sleeker design. I'm not a big fan of the boxy look of Rex.
Yeah, that's a big problem with Rex. Actually, I think they changed something for the Metal Gear 4 version. It's not as boxy. It doesn't come off as boxy as the. But obviously,
Right,
they
because
also were limited. Yeah.
There's a scene in the game, right, where you play as Rex and
At
you
the
fight
end,
Ray,
I think, yeah.
right? Yeah.
Or they have a fist fight or something. So. Huh. Krillin became the biggest simp of the show over a kiss from 18. We all know that you like 18. There's no denying Mr. Krillin. Can we call you
Dude,
Krillin?
yeah,
from now on?
18. Everything you say that you have said to me indicates to me that you would totally fall for Android 18. She got the shorter, like cropped blonde hair, and
Yes.
I get the feeling you're into women who are cold as ice too.
He likes winter. So. He likes winter time. Winter time. He's not answering. Eat chicken. Chicken. Oh well. I was never a fan of 18. Never. I just thought Krillin was an idiot. He's just a robot.
He's desperate.
Yeah, man. How thirsty are you? You're extremely thirsty.
And then he named their daughter after his previous girlfriend. How crazy is that?
Right. I guess she doesn't know. Does she know? Does the 18 know? No, right?
I would assume not, because she'd probably kill him if she knew.
Yeah. Cheese, no. Yeah, no way, right? Never. You know, like that actor who's, what's his name? Who plays Alfred in Batman Begins. Never. Like that. Never.
Oh, Michael Caine.
What?
Michael Caine.
Oh, yes.
I was away for a bit. Oh, likely story after we called you out.
How convenient, sir. How convenient, sir. Just very convenient. It's okay, Cheese, it's okay. We're very understanding. Not really.
You know that you want Android 18 to boss you around like the little simp you are.
Yeah. You like 18. Oh jeez. Oh
Android
cheese.
18 was a tall glass of water. I don't know if that's meant to be a compliment or not, but I can
Well,
assure you that
she's
you
got a blue
shouldn't.
jacket. I guess that counts for it.
Does she have blue eyes? I don't remember. I think she does.
Like kind of icy blue, yeah. I
Japanese love
think
their blonde hair and blue eyes.
White Dragon, yes.
They like their Aryan women.
Yeah, like we were talking about yesterday, right? There's still some friendship in that sense. Some sympathy, let's call it. Sympathy. Chimpathy. Ah. Yeah, how
You
do you
get
call
no
friend?
sympathy.
There you go. There you go. There you go. The dad joke. How do you call friendship between two monkeys? Chimpathy.
Sympathy.
Chimpathy. Hey, Loon. Have you ever been told that your voice is soothing, Nemo? No, I've been told the opposite. No, I can't say this because it's too personal, but negatively personal. But I've been insulted for my voice in Japan. So. No, and I've been told it's too loud. That's why I put a limiter on it here. But thank you, Loon. I appreciate it. Do you have a boyfriend? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm sadly married. For now. So, jokes apart.
With children, by the way.
With children, yes. Me too. They're great though. They're great. I'm very thankful for them.
They are great.
By the way,
I'm gonna buy your
oh
son
yeah,
some
yeah.
shirt.
He saw some pictures. They are like me split in two. So one games, the other draws. So, perfect. So, bro, the Nazis look at what the Japanese did in China and said, bro, yeah. Yeah, that's a very hot topic about Japanese. Loon, by the way, okay, so I'm not gonna play Final Fantasy 13 tomorrow because I got very, very bored. What do you like about the game? Like, why is it your favorite Final Fantasy? It's a serious question. Like, I did not understand because I am not able to enjoy it. It's just there's not much to do for me, so I get really, really, really bored.
This is not an interrogation.
Yeah, so I'm gonna score you. No.
Sit in the chair. We'll tie you up. Tell us why you like Final Fantasy 13.
I'm honestly curious. I cannot understand. I've tried so hard to enjoy the game before switching to Metal Gear Solid 4. And I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 4 emulated, so with all the crashes and whatnot. And it's still better. Even with the many cutscenes, so it's not really that. Ali, I've been told that my voice is soothing by some American guy and his girlfriend. Oh.
Well, I wonder what kind of relationship they have.
I guess they had some sort of open relationship.
I've been told by people that I have a nice voice. One of my professors in college, as I was answering a question, instead of addressing what I said, he said, you have a really nice voice. You should do radio.
It's true, yeah.
I didn't know if he was calling me ugly or not.
Well, otherwise, I could have said you should do TV or something.
Oh boy, I get to leave now.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you for being here, sir. I'm looking forward to talking with you next time.
It was really fun to see you all. I will hopefully be in here to watch the FF7 stream tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you, Simon. Thank you, Cheese. Thank you, Loon. Is there someone else here? Oh, Kevin.
No.
If he's still there.
Kevin.
Thank you. And I will talk to you guys later. See ya.
Yeah, see ya. Take care. You do have a cool voice. You sound a bit older too. You mean Chase, right? I've been told I sound like 45 in Japan. So I don't know if that's true or not. I would hope not. Not really here. Like here, everyone tells me I look and sound younger. And maybe not sound, but at least not for what I say. But kind of look, yeah. Look definitely younger than 34. I am basically a walking corpse. 34. I'm a walking corpse. I sound 20 something new, right? I look even younger, trust me. Maybe not so much now for the hair. But if I still had my hair, yeah. I don't look very old at all. Not the least. I think I'm done with this. I'm gonna fix the rocks a little bit. Oh, no. Zoom out on this one. It's a little bit overdone, but it's fine. I want to see where I get. I wanted to test that out and see it. I know about that. You sound like some guy from Europe. Me? Yeah, I am. Some guy from Europe. Nice. The first time I hated the combat system. Now I'm addicted. The fact of being able to juggle between several roles, the universe and world of Final Fantasy 13. It's a shame not to discover more. I feel like there is, a world, but it's not. You cannot explore it. The main problem I have with it is that there's really nothing to do apart from going forward, watching a cutscene, and fighting, and then watching another cutscene. And I couldn't just take any more of that. I can't. I need to do some more things. I need more customization. I think the Crystarium is a nice idea, but there is basically nowhere to go except where they want you to go. So in the end, I gave up because I'm like, I want to play this game, but I feel like I'm not. Even the session with the mech robot thing, bulldozer giant thing that Hope finds, it's still just walking forward, just walking forward. You don't get to think enough. When you go to the forest, Lightning says, oh, follow the light so you don't get lost, but you can't get lost. I feel like trolled by that game because you cannot get lost there. So the combat system is not a problem. I enjoy it enough. The problem is that there is really not much else for me to do. And I want to be able to do something else because otherwise I would rather watch a movie. And I can sit and watch the long cutscenes of Metal Gear Solid 4 because they're meaningful, but I feel like in Final Fantasy 13 they're not saying much. So I was getting kind of irritated last time, especially with the Odin battle. Someone's laughing because I was. So yeah. They have a duplicate of that. I got two of that. I like the red version. Let me duplicate this again. So yeah, that's pretty much my stance, say, on it. Unfortunately, I wish I could like it more, but man, if I have a better outline, I could just ink this without going to the other ink. Or do I want to ink it as usual? Nah. What if I try to work on it here? What if I try? Let me see. So I'm gonna edit that rock. It's a little too there, something like that's better. Something like this, maybe. This is maybe good. Concerning the casting, Lightning touched me a lot through all her journey. In the trilogy. My poor English could not describe how much I love her. What do you think? I don't mind Lightning. I think she changes her mood is a little too changeable. I actually joked about that on stream. I said I was like, it's someone's time of the month. Because she goes from hating Hope to being staring at him motherly, and then she's angry again next minute. So I don't know how I feel about that. I don't mind her, so she's not particularly bad. I don't have any specific opinion about her. So I want to try to fix these rocks. This Chris rocks. Let me see, maybe something like that. You're trying to remember? Hey, Cheese, do you like lightning? But she's not big enough. If you know what I mean. Not big enough for Cheese. You know what? I'm not going to ink this thing. I want to try just use this line art because it's pretty detailed. I've got a duplicate here. I'm gonna remove some of the inner stuff and I will make it black. I'm gonna have to remove some duplicate stuff. I mean, at this point I could just go back to shit. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. 4. I hope you played the last one. Game 13 Lightning Returns. I don't know, I might, but not right now probably. I'll play Final Fantasy VII, I guess, tomorrow. Lightning, she's a bit moody for my liking. I don't think we would get along though. Wow, could you get along with 18? Not big enough? No, mister, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? You know what I mean, Emperor of Cheese. She's not big enough. For you, for your tastes. You always seem to like very precocious women. Emperor of Cheese. He likes big women. Yes. Tall and muscular, tall and curvy. He likes. As far as I can tell. He's always commenting on that. He's always saying that. He's a maniac. He's a hero-chan. So. Alright, let's just straight to, I'm gonna ink with this. It's not an inking brush, but it's fine. This one is kind of insane though. I probably exaggerated with the details. I want to see where it goes. What? Where did you get that from? Where did I get that from? Like all your comments. Usually all of the characters you like are extremely, they have a very prominent cleavage. By the way, Loon, where did you say you're from again? France? Were you? Or Canada, was it? Because obviously Loon is a French name. I don't know if that's your actual name, but in any case it means moon in French. So I'm assuming. Because I forgot. You probably told me before, but since I am pretty bad. Oh shoot. Since I'm a bad person. I'm a bad host. I don't know if my voice actually sounds warm. But I hope it does. It's soothing, at least, to a degree. Yes, French. Okay. Gotcha. So we're neighbors right now. Because I'm in Italy at the moment. For another month and 14 days. And then it's going to be time to stream around 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Europe time. I don't know if that's going to be too early for you. I hope not, Simon. But I think it might be. But obviously I cannot stream at this time. Unless I get up at 3 a.m. 4. Which I might do. I could do it if I had nobody else I live with. But not with the kids not letting me sleep then during the day. I would like to keep like the same times that I have here when I'm there. My voice is really pleasant. Thank you very much. Well, you're French. You must have a... You're a French girl, by the way. You must have a very pleasant voice, too. No, Sam, not with mom issues. Wait, with mom issues or Alice, they're as crazy as their mothers. Yes. Oh, I missed. Wait a second. I missed a few messages. Girls that like big men have daddy issues. Do guys that like big women have mom issues? No, he's got a good relationship with his mom. Yeah, cheese, puff your chests. Loon says, I'm currently working on a game in a studio. Oh, your process and shorts on YouTube helped me a lot. Well, that's good. What kind of game is it? Can you name the studio, or is it like NDA? It's not professional to watch tutorials anymore, but that's wrong. Oh no, they do it all the time. I also watch tutorials. I'm somewhat half a professional. I'm a professional dabbler. So... Yeah, it's 10:14 now. 10:14. If you go back and watch at some point, you ever watch some of the Pokemon streams, Loon, you will hear Cheese's voice too. His voice is way more soothing than mine. He's like afraid of speaking. Cheese has a very calm voice. In fact, when I was in Japan, someone, okay, it's my wife, told me that, like, why don't you talk like your friend? Let's call him Cheese. His voice is very pleasant. I'm like, why don't you marry him? ZBrush stream when? Can you buy it for me? Can you buy me the new version? I'm kidding. I'm kidding you. Is this okay? Maybe they don't. They should have some kind of. It should have some sort of membrane. Somewhat a membrane. At this point, I'm committed to just using this crabby line art. You think? I'll check that. Oh, I'm sure. His voice is way more soothing. No, you're always you talk like you're afraid of offending someone. Yeah, he is shy. He is pretty shy.
That's bad. Men ought not to be shy.
Right, Saman? Someone has bushy eyebrows, so he knows I have bushy eyebrows too. Not true. A little bit, not that much. I actually like doing voice impressions years ago. When I was a kid, I was doing Pokemon impressions. Oh no, it's kind of stupid, but I was doing Jigglypuff pretty well. Then my voice changed, you know, puberty. And everything went to shy. You're shy, Baron of Bees? How can you be a Baron and be shy like the Emperor? The Emperor. Who we fought in Final Fantasy II. The Emperor of Hell. Are you the Emperor of Hell? Cheese is hell for some people that are lactose intolerant. Not gonna lie, I went to war with my eyebrows. They won. I came to accept them. Afraid not true. You want me to yell like a raving lunatic from Mexico? I mean, you are. No, you gotta be more assertive, Emperor of Cheese. Be assertive. Assert. And I was kind of like that before. Like, I spoke very quietly. Okay, that's not true. I didn't speak much. after a while, because everyone told me when I was a kid I was very loud. Oh damn! I've got a bad tangent here. It's bad. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Good sir. Get rid of it. Yeah, nobody's gonna know. You pretend to be confident. You don't know what Sam the Man sounds like. Oh no, I guess Kurdish. He's gotta sound very masculine. Like is that in Kurdistan? Where is that episode of The Simpsons where, wait a second, that was not, didn't have membranes. They might have been in Russia, like a Russian neighborhood, where Lisa gets lost. I am assertive if I have to be. When I go to your stream, in your stream, I go, like that. Actually, I have to yell. Anyway, hey Chase, me tired, not assertive. Okay. It's not very late though. It's what? You're in California, right? Since you're in California, it's pretty early over there. Pretty early over there. Over there. So, oh, will I get to color this thing today or start the grayscale? Bare minimum. Bear Grylls minimum. Grill the bear minimum. So yeah, Loon, I'm not gonna do the line art inside today. I'm gonna try to take it to a finish here and see where I get. And if it looks good, it's gonna stay. If it doesn't look good, whatever. I'm gonna use the same method but here. And so there's not gonna be a I could even do it inside, but there's not gonna be any water fringe. Sometimes you don't sleep well. That's bad. Try an SDR. Pretty useful. I actually tried, instead of doing an SDR, because in any case I'm sleeping recently. Today I did try the meditation from Sam Harris. It's pretty good. It's actually really good. It worked wonders. I felt immediately super focused after it. I was surprised because it never worked so fast for me. So I guess it's the things he says or the way he says them. But I actually did notice I was way calmer and way more focused right afterwards. So props to the Sam Harris app. Too bad I think it's paid after a while. I'm not sure if some features are going to stay free. If it's paid, I don't know if I'm going to invest money in it because there are a lot of free meditations. I mean, it depends. Like if it does have, you know, all these benefits every single time, I might, but probably not. It's just because I didn't do it for a while. It feels good though. The Simpsons were in Kurdistan, but okay, they were. Oh wait, Nemo, if you come back to California, you can hang out and buy yoga mats and do yoga by the beach, drink green chai tea, yeah, Mugicha, and listen to Indian flute music together. I can't wait. And do meditations and do cleansing. The Simpsons were in Kurdistan, but we're not a country. And at war with Turkey, Iran, Syria, sometimes with Iraq. The Simpsons would have been cancelled if they did that, probably. It's a little French studio for a mini MMORPG on Navigator. It's cool for the first experience. Nice! That's really cool though. They live motivated. Me as always. I'm going back to do work on my game assets. Okay, yeah, have a good time working then. Have a very good time. Sometimes it happens. I do need to fix my sleeping schedule. I'm trying to fix a lot of things. A lot of things, including my sleep schedule. So It's not bad. It's pretty good. I always go to sleep at the same time, but I can do better. I can. What did I do? I pasted that again. Control B. Control B. Like bullshit. Bullshit. Oh, hey, Cora. On pause. Cora on pause. Welcome in. First time chatting, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nice avatar. Is that a cat? 2 cats? Yeah, 2 cats. Crossing the tails in a heart shape. Cool. Cute. Thank you, Nemo, Saman. Good stream, everyone. Good luck with your work again. I hope it's a productive evening. Don't stress too much. Go to sleep at a decent time. Okay, almost done here with the kind of base. Let's call it a base. I kind of regret not doing the clean it line art, but I want to see what happens with this. I want to see. Almost done, and then I'm going to start the grayscale. Grayscale. We got a sticky situation. No, not really. It's not that sticky. It's manageable so far. It's manageable. Managerial. Managerial. Oof. I've been trying to observe some Japanese artists. It looks like a lot like we are used to doing big sweepy motions, right, for inking. They don't in Japan. In Japan they do a lot of this. A lot of that. And this, like they constantly do this. That might be why some of their things look very, I don't know, interesting calligraphy wise. Probably, I think it's because they're used to drawing kanji. So that might be. Ooh, this is close. This is too close. It's close quarters. It's CQC, close quarters combat. Close quarters combat. That's pretty cool though, CQC. Though I suck at it in the game. I was able to get through the frogs part thanks to the Mark II. I basically went ahead and stunned the enemies from the back. Still not easy, but doable, manageable. I had to shoot my way through them at some point, but thankfully I did it. So now I'm about to meet Liquid. Ocelot. I'm glad you brought that up. I used to do large sweeping lines and now they're small and subtle like Eastern artists. Yeah, it's very interesting the way they do things. Very, very, very different from what we do in the West, East and West. Now that I'm playing the game, man, I'm starting to remember all the quotes that I used to imitate. That's another way I learned English before even studying it. Just imitating game characters, basically. Basically. Just like that. Yeah, I'm gonna lose the lines here. It's too much. What kind of music do I like? Anything. Did you get to Laughing Octopus? No. I still have to meet Liquid, so that's later. The Beauty and the Beast are later, I guess. Music, I like soundtracks. Not only soundtracks, like it depends. Mostly soundtracks. I do like some metal music, but also some hip hop sometimes. It really depends on the mood. It really depends. I'm not really sold on any. The soundtracks are, I would say, if I have to choose it's not really a genre. It's probably because I like the movie, so I like the soundtrack as well. But yeah. Soundtracks. Soundtracks. But how are you doing anyway? Cora, and where are you from if you want to share? Or we are pretty much from everywhere. I'm in Italy right now, then I'll be in that sound. I'll be in Japan, I live there in about a month and a half, less than that. Cheese is from California. Simon is from, or is in Iraq, not from, but in Iraq right now. Chase is from Ohio. He's not here now. One sec. I don't know. I still have frills. What a thrill. Darkness and something through the night. It's thrill, no, not frill. But I guess you could say it's similar. That's right. Yeah, you're a California man. Not really. You're more a Florida man, I guess. Do you... Okay, how long did you live in Florida? How long? Okay, yeah, you don't want to share personal stuff, right? Personal. But did you live more in Florida or more in California at this point? Because you lived several years in California, right? Considering the watch time too. I have a Japan Live channel open for you to tell us about your lovely ventures now. Not now. No, I don't want to start ranting again. Ranting, not renting. Florida. Es la Florida. Florida more than, okay. Several years. I don't want to specify how many because the aliens are out there to get my information. Now, before I insert this complete line art, I have to add some Amano-ish things. This doesn't feel very Amano-ish. It was not, I didn't use them as a inspiration or a reference, to be perfectly fair. Still. Yeah, I'm not gonna start ranting about Japan now. I never do that. What are you trying? What do you want me to do? Are you pushing my buttons? Your relative is still new to California? Not really. You know it better than me. You're a Californian. Now you gotta start smoking the cigar and being very muscular. Or smoking weed, I guess, just probably. My initial impact with California was not very good because I had a bad roommate who was very much into weed. and I'm not at all. So my roommate was not cheese, unfortunately. That would have been good though. Would have been much better. If I ever go to Watts again, or if I ever go to California, we're gonna be roommates. Cheese is a very clean person, so. Of course not, but I don't think there's a lot of cigar smoking here. I mean, the governor. The previous governor. You know who I mean, not what. Who? Governor. Okay, alright, we got mini cracks, we got you covered for everything here. So at this point, I think I'm just gonna have to add some smaller rocks maybe. Probably like smaller stuff. I have a question about finding a job as a concept artist. Okay, shoot. Good timing, because I just got 2. I just started 2 new jobs as a concept artist. So. Slash illustrator, because I'm also doing the illustrations of the monsters. But mainly the concept art. For one, just the concept art. The pixel art games. Welcome back, Cora. I like the name Cora. Reminds me of something, I'm not sure what. Yeah, I'm gonna stay with this. Let's see if I can... And later I'm gonna add like the electricity sparks. Should I increase this? Nah, it's gonna be skinny. How does one find a job in the industry? It seems like the job openings are very sparse. Do you have a portfolio? I can tell you how I did. Also, what do you want to do? What kind of job do you want? Do you want a job in a big corporation, which I do not recommend? Do you want a job in indie gaming? I recommend indie games because you're gonna have a more of a voice. Say, I have a lot of say on the things that I'm doing. Honestly. Like, I'm constantly asked my opinion, so that's good. It's not just the art director does whatever she wants. Why can I not move this? What the oh shit, right. Ooh. Yeah, merge. I like this. Okay. Now, let's see. I'm gonna duplicate it just in case, because I'm afraid. The Avatar remake? What? Do I wait for companies to approach me? No. Do I email do I email companies out of the blue? Yes. Cold emails. That's how I got the jobs. That's exactly how I got the new jobs. So for some of the first ones, I have to say, repeating something I said many times, most of the jobs I always got because of people contacting me. But the situation kind of changed because of AI a little bit. So I would say do contact companies. It depends on what company though. If you do indie companies, it's going to be way easier. How many pieces do you have in your portfolio? Can you show me your portfolio? Like, yeah, I'm going to check it later eventually, but you want to have at least 6 good pieces. Like really good pieces. Or you can have a little more if they're not, you know, they're not super happy. But the stuff that I've seen, like the characters, those are good. The point is, if you do that kind of stuff, you might want to look for, I guess JRPGs is what you want to do. So it's pretty much what I do, but you want to be a character designer, right? MMOs, probably. Or like Final Fantasy 14. If that's kind of stuff you make. Because I've seen, so first, it's got to be consistent. You got to be, probably the best thing you can do at first is to choose. Like, is it going to be creature design? Is it going to be characters? Characters is hard because everyone wants to do characters. So you you might be better off starting with props. I started with creatures. I was lucky. I was able to start with creatures. Well, in fact, the first ones I ever got were portraits, but that's different. You can start with props if you're not, you know, too annoyed by it. Props, there's a lot of work. Characters, you gotta be very good. And the thing is, you gotta contact. So what I did was basically looking for lists of games I was interested in that had creatures. And I literally emailed them and asked them, hey, do you have any open position? This is my portfolio. I would love to work with you. I love your game, or how your game looks. Some of them I also played demos before, obviously before knowing, because I wanted to know if something I could actually be interested in. Korra is in a remake of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Oh, Airbender. You mean Korra? Or his? Is it his or her? Are you a guy or girl, Korra? I guess girl, Korra? Just assuming. So, oh yeah, let me enclose and fill. Let's see if it works. I'll use a reference layer. Or maybe I can... Shit. There's probably something open. I might take it into Psy to do that. Girl, okay. Cool. Where are you from? We had Loon here. She is also a girl. Loon is from France. Maybe you said it, because I asked it before, but you said wait, so maybe you left for a second. Boo. Yeah, connected pixels, close gap. Okay, there you go, it's working now. That works too. Yeah, not that much though. Let's try to enclose and fill. Reference layer. Only white and transparent. Mirror surrounded by transparent. What was it? Did nothing. Is it? Oh, there you go. That's not what you have to do, dumb thing. No, only transparent. Loon is the moon in French, yes. Come on, don't make me do this. Don't make me do it. This used to work pretty well. What happened to it? What if I do, like, why? Piece of trash. What if I increase the tolerance? Piece of trash. The software is a piece of trash. I'm starting to not like this anymore. Very, very much. Okay, that's a little better. But it still sucks. Nah. It's bad. You're Danish. Okay. Nice. No, she's not from Denmark. She's from the Netherlands, I think. Yeah, I think Kim is from the Netherlands. Cool though. I know some people in Denmark. Well, I used to at least. What software is this? This is Clip Studio. And it's starting to annoy me big time. Like, look at this. It's not... It's not working that well anymore. Yeah, this thing used to work a little better. Selected pixels only. I might have to use. It doesn't matter if not. Oh, I think you know what? I'm gonna open Cyan because of there because you're gonna see my background for a sec. No, I don't have 400 layers. What? No, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's really hot and it was raining in the summer, something Danish problems. I understand because I lived in Japan in summer, and Japanese summer is something you really do not want to experience. Trust me. Where is that dragon? Thunderwing Drake. Let's see if it works better here with the... A little better. But there are some pretty significant gaps, I guess, so I gotta close them. Not as clean as it could be, but it's doing a way better job than the other. I'm probably gonna clean up this way. I tuned out. Yeah, sorry, my internet just hiccups sometimes, or at least the connection with the restream. You don't like Nordic people? Why not? I like people from the north. I like Norse countries, actually. I would like to visit them someday. I really do. Especially because it's cold. But Denmark is not that far north anyway. When I say north countries, I mean like Sweden, Norway. It's 1100 AD. What? When you open Sai, maybe my computer. My computer. Is it my computer? Causing trouble. You shame my computer. It's causing trouble. Really sure. I close all these gaps. I should probably still inked in Sai. I don't know. Sai's just better. I like Lilleinart. The line art in Sai anyway. What country? I am in Italy right now. But I am going to be in Japan in a little over a month. Because my kids are there. With their mom. My wife. Somewhat. Well, I guess everyone else can say it. I said it before, I guess you left. That moment. Okay, that's pretty good. Good. Yes. Ah, shit. Oh, shit in the woods. Shit in the woods. There's a shed in the... Where is it open? There you go. North of Iraq, in the self-governing Kurdistan region. Hope my joke didn't go over your head like a Nemo. Oh, that was a joke. Food is your favorite thing? My favorite thing. My wife, of course. That is a sad thing. Yes, drawing probably. I have to spend choose how I spend my time, I guess. Yeah, drawing. Not only that, I have many favorite things. There are many things that I like. So, well, I'm gonna use the selection pen at this point. You love food, man. So should we call you food man and not Saman? Ha! Man, I don't have the... Do I? still in the conversation. I think I can do it, yes. I can do it. A little late, but... It was a history joke, Nemo. I was making reference to the Viking. Okay. I am dense and I'm drawing. Apologies. Apologies. My apologies. You know what? At this point, this thing is inside Psy. I might as well use Psy for the first layers. I don't know, because I'm gonna bring it to Clip Studio later. Later, probably. By the way, this is how I was doing my first creatures in Psy. I was not using the clean liner at the beginning. Just a basic brush. You don't have school tomorrow? Oh, you're young. Why don't you have school tomorrow? How old are you? If you can say it. I'm way beyond, I mean, everyone else, I guess. Way beyond our school time. I'm 34, so. 34. But I don't look 34. And I don't look 44. Thankfully. Hey, it's Saturday. Oh, it's Saturday, probably because of that. You don't have school on Saturday. Secret. 10. I hope you're not 4 like my son. He's almost 5 though. Are you 5? Because you would write in an extremely adult way, if so. Let me guess. 15. Because you don't want to say, so you're probably less than 18. I don't know, something like 16 probably. 15. Or 12. It's Friday? Tomorrow is Friday? Or today is Friday? Because today is Friday here. And I guess it's, if you're in Denmark, it's also Friday to you as well. So tomorrow is Saturday. So I guess you don't go to school on Saturday. Like my nephew, he's 11. Are you 11? Not 11 from Stranger Things. 11. That was a good show at the beginning. I screwed it up. But season 5 was pretty good. 4. Not 5. Although okay. I'm not gonna say it because it's a spoiler if you didn't watch the other seasons. I can't say. But one character should have stayed where he was. You're under 18. No, today. Today's Friday. Hey, Matthews. Yeah, today's Friday. Although, no. In Japan, it's Saturday. So if I were in Japan, I was streaming at this time, it would be Saturday. Imagine that. Brain explosion. In fact, sometimes when I stream in Japan, it's still, like if I stream in the morning, Japanese morning, it's still the previous day in the US. It's kind of weird. I am the man from the future. It's okay, this is family friendly sometimes. Sometimes it's friendly, sometimes it's not. I pretend not to know that you're underage. But it's good, I'm a good uncle, I'm a good father, so. I know how to deal with a younger audience. I am the one taking care of my kids, usually, so when I'm there. I am a time traveler. Do you say bad words sometimes? Yes. More than sometimes. I wouldn't say oftentimes, not in my normal speech. Not in my own language. In my own language, it's easier for me to say them in English. than to say them in my own language. They sound harsher in my language, I guess, which is Italian, obviously. Well, we didn't get to do the grayscale because I wasted a lot of time on... But it's okay, because I'm gonna finish this on my own and you'll see the results. Oh, shoot. No. Selection pin. Peaceful editing. What do you mean editing? You're editing something? It's okay, Chase is not here, so we're not gonna curse too much. Oh, Chase. No. Sometimes I curse when I get upset. Or when I'm playing Final Fantasy 13. Eeks. You like gacha games? Careful playing gacha games. I'm gonna pretend, like, you know, I'm gonna play the father's role here. Don't play gacha games, as a, you know, especially if you're underage. They're not healthy. I know I have to be that person. I'm always that person. I'm the person who says, I wouldn't drink that. I'm literally the person telling everybody not to drink alcohol. So in this case, I'm going to be a responsible person saying gacha games not very healthy. Not very healthy, really. This took longer than it should have. But hey, I have it. So at this point, I am going to use... Yes, there you go. There you go. Hey, it's the usual thing. The usual thing as usual. I don't know, do I want to... What do I want to do? It's almost time to go, so... Yes, the gateway to gambling, pretty much. Annoy or what? It is my friend. I'm not sure what you mean. It's a fish lightning dragon, yes. Yes. Yes, it is. Now, this could have been played a little better, especially with some shapes here. It's not the best. Maybe the tail should have been, like, you know, behind the rock or something. Maybe wrapping around the rock. Like saying, yo, bro. Wrapping. But I think it's fine as it is. I'm liking it. Let me give it some little simplification. Simpsonification. I was not supposed to take this into Psy, but at this point, maybe I will continue in Clip Studio. That I'm not sure yet. I'm liking it though. I'm liking where it's going. Where are you going? What animal is this? It's a dragon, yes. Name? You can. I can't promise I'm gonna use it. It's called Thunderwing Drake. Thunderwing Drake. Let's see. Okay, let's hear the names. Let's hear everyone's names. You can try. Everyone can try to name the dragon. Drake. And see what you guys and girls come up with. Yato? That's the name? Or Yatta, like a one? I feel like there is a bit of disconnect between some of the scales, but hopefully I'm gonna be able to sort the thing out while working on it. I'm probably gonna use the other brushes though with Eclipse Studio. experimenting a little bit. Yeah, it's a pity to erase it right after spending so much time. I could make it even more prominent, but I'm not for this. It's not gonna have as much as Okay. Play Warrior Cats. Brusque. Brusque. It's gonna be greenish, I think. Hamilton? I like Hamilton, but I prefer Brusque. Or Brusque. 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 Like that. Brusque. Let's see, I'm not convinced. Like, I think the bottom scales are a little too much. But we'll see. We'll see. You're not. I mean, I will see. You're not. You're gonna see the time lapse. So, Hydroelectrical Drake. If you want the name, sound nerdier. It could be because it's it looks watery-ish, but it's electrical. It's Thunder Drake, Thunderwing Drake. So anyway, I'm gonna have to go because it's late to go sleep. Even though tomorrow is Saturday, I still work. And I work hard. I'm gonna write or set up the newsletter also. Okay, so everybody, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate your company as always. Tomorrow we're gonna play Final Fantasy VII. Oh, by the way, Cora, if you didn't yet, feel free to subscribe so that you get notified when we go live again. That's gonna be tomorrow around 9. But if you want to get notified, yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. It's going to help the channel a lot. And I would appreciate it. Cheese put what in your head? Broski. Yeah, it was fun. Alright. So, yeah. I'm going to close. And we're going to play... Oh, I forgot a little thing. We're going to play Final Fantasy VII tomorrow. Alright. Have a good night.